What's up, boys? Road to Jesus, episode 32. We are back, okay? Today is the 19th of September, is it September? Yeah, it is September, 2025, okay? We are back. I'm going to be making way more videos, going to be back way more consistently. The motivation is back up. The vision is clear. When the vision is clear, nothing else can prevail. We got Jesus in our life. Everything's going to be fine. Anyway, I got a bunch of notes here that I'm going to read through. Which I actually had the notes on my phone and then I just printed it off so I could go through it. And yeah, change of scenery. We're actually in Audi right now. It's only temporary though. I think it's because, well, I know why. It's because my dad's old car got crashed into or something. So it's like a temporary repair car. I don't know. But anyway, soon we're going to be in a Lamborghini when we're creating these videos. Okay, let's get into it. So I'm just going to start waffling, and then I'm also going to give you guys an update on what's happened since last time. But a lot has changed, and the vision is clear, and now it's going to be 10x. So we got September, October, November, December. We got 3 months left of this year. This year is going to be insane. The physique is going to be insane. The money's going to be insane. The impact is going to be insane. The amount of lives changed are going to be insane. Everything's just getting 10x because I'm clear on the vision. And whenever I'm clear on the vision, whenever I have this fire that you guys see in these videos, that's when everything turns up 10x. Right, when I'm not consistent, that's usually when it's like a little bit lower. When the energy's low, when the vision isn't clear, or when I'm debating stuff, or when I got other stuff going on, etc. Right, by the way, it's hella hot, so I'm gonna take off this as well. Beautiful day, by the way, finally. Okay, so let's get into it, because a lot has happened since the last episode. So, this is business motivation. The most attractive thing I can do... Oh, hold up. Let me put this... Hold up, 1 second. St. Anthony is getting mixed with a cross. I can't actually see what's going on. For some reason, it's like tangled. Anyway, okay, so as I was saying, by the way, this is just what I wrote down in my notes, right? So I write it down sometimes to motivate, and also in times of where you're like kind of questioning like why you're doing stuff. So you write down notes for future when things get hard, or just to motivate yourself. And it's also good to write down and inspire other people. So, business motivation. Most attractive thing I can do is work, provide, and take care of the people around me and people in less fortunate situations. And when I say attractive, I'm not even saying like in front of girls and stuff. I'm just saying attractive as in like the most beautiful, best thing I can do. In less fortunate situations, taking calls at the airport, doing back-to-back calls for hours on end, closing deals on holidays. Everything I want to pay for can be paid with other people's money. I want to buy a handbag for my fiance, or take her on holiday, or send my mum $5,000. All I gotta do is make some sales. Wake up, want to go to a random country either that evening or the next day. I just got to work a couple hours, book some sales calls, and close some deals. Even just one, right? That's what I put in brackets. Get the contract signed, get a payment plan in place, use Square or other payment processors, and money is in the bank freely to use within seconds. Right, with the payment processors I use, which are actually amazing. Like I truly believe I have the best payment processors, purely because I had to go through all the bad ones. So I figured it all out, and now I got like literally tens and tens and tens of the best. But there's like a couple which are the best. There's like 3 which are the best. But as soon as someone pays, as I mentioned in previous videos, the money goes in my bank instantly, like literally within seconds. Such a blessing to have the skills to be able to make money from anywhere on the planet. Work on my own schedule and decide how much money I want to make. Wake up on a random, and by the way, a lot of this is just visions which I have inside my head that like motivate me specifically. Obviously, you guys are going to have different visions and stuff and different motivations. Wake up on a random Tuesday and don't want to be in Europe. Okay, cool. Take a flight to South America or Japan and just chill there for a couple weeks. Fiance's got a week free. Okay, cool. Take her on holiday to the Maldives, all paid for through my skills. Mum and dad want to go to Vatican City on holiday together. Okay, cool. Give me 48 hours. I'll get 2 deals contracted and give you 5K to spend on holiday for a couple weeks. I want to go to the French Alps or the best skiing resorts on the planet. Just sign a couple clients, change some lives. That will pay for it. Go to Youth 2000, which was the Christian retreat I went to with my fiance. Okay, cool. Just want to live a more comfortable life and have extra leg room on flights, or even take first class or private jets in the future as well. Okay, just work while you're on the phone and laptop. You already spend the time you need to make millions on your phone and laptop anyway. That's for me, and that's for all of you guys. You already spend the amount of time you need to on the internet to make millions. You're just doing the wrong things, right? Always doing calls. This is like my vision of me, right? Always doing calls, getting deals in the pipelines, getting contracts signed, etc. Having so many conversations, always living life on fast mode, changing lives, creating memories, and giving back to the people I love. When I go to Slovakia, I can give Tonyik, which is my cousin, like 2-year-old cousin. Well, I think he's going to be 3 soon. And everyone the best experience on the planet. Ride in the Lambo with him. Go on road trips in the Lambo with my fiance across Europe. Staying in the nicest hotels. Living an amazing life. Stay in the nicest Airbnbs with pools and huge kitchens and bedrooms and amazing views. rent amazing cars everywhere I go if I need to, right? So I'll have a Lambo soon, God willing, or soonish, right? It's all God's timing. And it's obviously up to me to put in the work. But have a Lambo and then also rent random supercars. So if I'm in like Dubai or wherever, or Miami or wherever I am, cool, just, spend some time in a Ferrari, whatever. It's inspiring, right? Create memories and give back. Create memories, give back and change lives. In London, this is actually insane. This is an insane story. In London, I saw a McLaren P1, a bunch of Aston Martins, Lambos, Urus, etc. The money is out there. If they can do it, why can't I? 2 million on a McLaren P1, and then I'm scared of spending 2K on a flight or 2K on an Airbnb. No chance. The fear isn't there. I can literally make as much money as I want from anywhere on the planet. And we wrote that in caps lock. I don't know if you can see that on the bottom. Is it low? Can you guys see that? Right? Like, the point is you shouldn't be scared. You shouldn't be scarce. Why does the brightness feel like it went down? You shouldn't be scared of spending money, right? Spending money and investing into yourself is amazing. And like, that's literally what the money's at. Also, my phone is overheating. I need to make this quick because it's in the sun. I don't know where else to put it. So, that's that, right? And then, under there, flipping heck, the piece of paper are getting hot. Just like being, bro, what is it? You know what it is? Yeah, my phone's literally boiling right now. Looking kind of good. I'm joking. Well, I'm not joking. But anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, let me lock in. Oh yeah, the thing with English weather is it's either really cold or it's like cloudy, or when it is hot, it's just extremely like hot in terms of the sun is just extremely like sharp. I don't know how to explain it. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully you guys know what I mean. It's just messed up, man. There's something wrong with the English weather compared to other countries. When I go to Spain and stuff, it's nice heat. When I'm in England and it's hot, bro, what's happening to my eyebrow? Have I got something on my eyebrow? When I'm in England and it's hot, chat, I swear I had something on my eyebrow. Also, excuse the nails. They're not actually that long. My nails just get dirty because I just go outside all the time. Or play football and stuff. Okay, what am I talking about? Boys, let me get back to the topic. Sorry. Okay, let me, where should I put it? Chat, we might just have to sacrifice it getting extremely hot. Okay, hopefully it's going to be fine. Anyway, as I was saying, right, that's the business motivation part. And then also I got images as well, because images always help. Images like make the... Well, it's actually images from what I saw. Like, these are literally the photos I took. So here, I don't know if you guys can see, McLaren P1 right there, which is 2 million or over 2 million. There's only like apparently 15 in the UK or something like that, or 16. Insane, right? McLaren P1, which I saw. And then Lambo Urus, which I saw. That's literally my brother's hand over there. That's me taking a photo. I think we're in a bus. Yeah, I think we were in a bus when we took that photo. And then, oh yeah, this is a place I want to go to with my fiance. It's like a beautiful Airbnb. I think it's in Malta. Because I want to go Malta next year. So anyway, that's that, right? Also, by the way, just so you guys know, I'm being very authentic. If you think my attitude and my personality and stuff has changed, this is the real me. Like, I'm putting no, like, what's it called? No filter, right? I'm doing no filter. So if you guys don't like me, disappear, unsubscribe, who cares, right? I doubt it's even gonna get views anyway. I don't care if it doesn't get views. This is for myself and for my fiance, so we can both look back on it and so that it's inspiring to other people, because I've mapped out the whole journey from a first road to, I think it was, oh no, they were called cave talks, the first episode of a cave talk, where I wasn't broke, but I wasn't making nowhere near as much money as I'm making now, and I wasn't in the best financial spot. I was doing all right, but not in the best financial spot. Well, actually, for my age, I was doing amazing. But anyway, since that all the way to here, and all the way over the next like 6, 12, 24 months, it's going to be insane. Like, I'm documenting everything, or as much as possible, which is why I need to be consistent, okay? If you're watching this and you have my Instagram, which you should, link is in the description, because I post there like literally every single day, 20 stories a day, whatever. Message me on Instagram when you don't see an episode every single day. Message me like, Michael, you need to do an episode, all right? Because I need to keep these consistent. Okay, next, right? Self-belief. This is actually really important. If you truly believe you're going to make it... Wait, hold on. Have I missed one? No, I haven't. If you truly believe you're going to make it, you're going to be happy. But by the way, it's so hot. I'm going to just open the door. If you truly believe you're going to make it, you're going to be happy every single day. In college, everyone thought I was crazy. My whole life, I've been called ADHD. When in reality, I'm only the hyperactive. I'm only the H, I put. Hyperactive. I think it's hyperactivity, actually. And maybe a bit of not paying attention on stuff I don't care about. But to be honest, I think that's probably quite usual, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, you got just attention disorder. Attention disorder, my ass. You probably just don't care about what they're talking about. Anyway. But hyperactivity is a superpower. Alright, any of you guys who ADHD or any of that bollocks. It means you can run laps around everyone. I already know this, and I've already done this. Sorry, that sounds so arrogant. Anyway, I don't care. I did my GCSEs while doing door-to-door, working 2 part-time jobs and building online businesses. Oh yeah, and doing 5 sports. So basically, the reason why this sounds so arrogant and why it sounds like such unordered, what I'm reading, is because I just write it down in my notes, like, in random times. Then I'll wait 5 minutes and a different thought will come to my head. Do you know what I mean? It's not in, like, a structured order. It's not like I'm doing it for a speech or whatever. I don't know if that even makes sense. But anyway, oh yeah, and doing 5 sports. I've entered college for 2... Wait, I've already mentioned that. Wait, what? Oh, no. I did my GCSEs while doing door-to-door, working 2 part-time jobs and building online businesses. Oh, yeah, and doing 5 sports. I've ended college for 2 years, which I finished in June 10th this year, right? So not even... It hasn't even been, like, 4 months. June, July, August, September. What? What? Wait. I thought it's been, like, at least 4 months. Sorry, I'm sounding crazy. The reason why I'm so amazed... Wait, June 10th, July 10th, that's 1 month. July, August, September. And we're literally in September. It's been like 3 months. It feels like it's been like 4 years. At least. 3 months. No. It has to be 4 months, right? I finished June, July to August, September. No, it literally is 3 months. Oh my gosh. Well, almost 4 months. But that is nuts. Boys, the amount of stuff that's happened. I need to keep you guys updated. The amount of stuff that's happened in the last 3 months. This year already, like we're in September, has already been... Boys, as I was saying, it's been the craziest year ever. By the way, what happened is my phone overheated, so I had to come back inside and then I had to wait, like literally I've been waiting like an hour and a half. Obviously, I've been doing work and stuff, but I couldn't resume because every time I resumed, it just ended the video instantly. But we're back. Okay, so as I was saying, right, where was I, chat? Oh, yeah, here we go. So yeah, by the way, it's insane that it's been 3 years. That's actually nuts. 3 months. It's actually nuts. 3 months since I finished college. Bro, oh my gosh, that's insane. Anyway, oh yeah, and doing 2 sports. I've entered college for 2 years, building online businesses, doing 5 sports, and running on for England. Oh yeah, and winning gold and bronze for England. Chat, are we arrogant? Okay, in cross country, and also went and ran a competitive obstacle course race. Oh yeah, that's a Spartan race. And came second out of 1,400 people. It's just over 1,400 people. Also doing modeling and fitness modeling and a million other things. Hyperactivity is a superpower. Since then, I've done so much, it's almost impossible to put into words. So then I wrote down the kind of schedule that I had. Also, oh yeah, I've already shown you guys that. But then I wrote down kind of the schedule that I've had since college. Right, it's kind of hot in here, actually. It was cold outside. No, it was hot. Then it was cold. Now it's inside. Anyway, what am I even saying, boys? But yeah, okay, so this has been the schedule since I finished college. Right, and I got the dates here, but I don't think the dates are important. Finished college, June the 10th, right? On the last day of college, I saw a black Lambo Hurricane, which is the exact car. The reason why it's important, that's the exact car that I wanted for the last, 3 years before that, right? Literally since, year 10 in secondary school, I've wanted it. And then I've never seen it. And then literally on the day I finished college is the day I see it, which is nuts, right? Sign from God. So, college finished June 10th. Went to Lisbon, met Morgan J, famous comedian. If you don't know, check on Instagram. He's got 5 million followers now. Met Morgan J, had an amazing time in Lisbon. Got home, I had a final work shift because my mum wanted me to work, so basically my mum has this thing where I had to work, even if, it doesn't matter how much money I made, I had to work until I basically got close to finishing college, or finished college, right? That was kind of a thing, I don't care if you're making £1 million or $1 million a month, you still have to work, right? Obviously, I'm not making $1 million, but you get what I'm saying. She's like, you still have to work just because it's going to teach you the skills, which is actually very, very true. It does teach you the skills. So I was doing waitering for about 4 hours a week, or 6 hours a week. So not much at all, really, but 6 hours a week, and I was doing that all the time through college as well. And then I had my final work shift after I got back from Lisbon, right? Then I went to Valencia. And by the way, this is all since college. Then I went to Wales, and I went to Valencia solo as well. So Lisbon and Valencia solo. Then I went to Wales with my family and with one of my best mates, who's actually moved to America now, which is kind of sad. But anyway, went there. And then after that, we went to Rome, went to the Youth Jubilee, which if you don't know what it is, it was over 1 million young Christians or young Catholics who all went in a very close space. We went up the Tor Vergata, which is this big hill. We all slept overnight. It was it was such a beautiful experience. And the Pope, I literally saw the Pope. The Pope looked at me. I've got it on my Instagram if you don't believe me. We made eye contact with the Pope. I was about 2 meters away from the Pope. And I saw him 4 or 5 times as he went round and as the crowds all filled and stuff, which was beautiful. Literally breathtaking. It was insane when I was just standing there looking at the Pope. It's insane to be in person and around so many Christians, so many Catholics. Then Banska Ściernica, we went to Slovakia. Then home in Slovakia, so basically my second home with my grandparents and stuff. Then Leeds, went to Leeds for Youth 2000, which is a Christian retreat I was speaking about, which completely changed my life, which is also where I met my fiance, or now fiance, who's the most amazing person I've ever known in my whole entire life. And that was nuts. So that was all good. Yeah, that was August. So that's what's happened. And then there's still more, by the way. That's not even the end. Got back home. I've already shown you guys the Lambo years. Got back home. Went to Budapest for a day. I think it was 2 days. Or was it a day? I think it was 2 days. And then Slovakia. And then watched the Slovakia football game. Watched Slovakia versus Germany. Where Slovakia won 2-0. Which no one believed in us. God did. Anyway. Okay, that's that. Then went to London. By the way, all of this, like, I haven't had the best sleep, I can't lie. I haven't had the best sleep, but we're catching up. Anyway, got back, went to London, March for Life, which is a pro-life march, where there's a bunch of Catholics. I think it was over like 5,000 to 10,000 of us in London marching through, which was beautiful. And then Poland, went for a week with one of my mates, Thomas, who I knew from college I've known of him for about 7 years, because I knew of him since we started secondary school, but we weren't friends in secondary school because we were never in the same class and stuff. And then in college we just got really close because he was like my closest mate. And then home September 14th, right? And today we're on, what is it? What even is the date, chat? Oh yeah, September 19th. So it's been 5 days home now. I'm probably going to spend another 1 to 2 weeks at home. Let me just check the calendar actually. 1 to 2 weeks at home, and then I want to go to Bulgaria, and then after Bulgaria, I'm going to go to Slovakia, because I got a football match to watch, because I bought tickets to, like, 5 games at once, because I bought it, like, as part of the package or whatever. Yeah, so on the 19th, so we got probably about 2 weeks. 2 weeks left at home, where I'm just going to lock in. We're going to be acting with speed, high energy, literally just locking in, building the business, building everything, building a foundation, getting close to Christ. Been going to adoration recently, for the last 5 days now, in a row. And then since Youth 2000, since the Christian retreat, I've been going to church as much as possible, like every couple of days or whatever. And adoration for the last 5 days, so that's going to be probably a daily thing while I'm in England, or while I'm home, I should say, where we just go in, sit for an hour with my sister and my brother, and we just kind of sit and spend about an hour in front of adoration. If you don't know what adoration is, I'll pull up a picture, just in case you guys don't know what it is. It's not a very common word. Basically, it's when the Holy Eucharist is out on the altar. So it's like this. I don't know if you guys can actually see this. There you go. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't even know if it's focusing. But anyway, that's that. Also, if you're wondering why the walls have, like, the paint coming off, I don't actually know what it is. It's an old house. But it's a beautiful house. I'm blessed to even be able to go here when I'm in England, which is quite rare. But that's why. That's that. And then, so yeah, that's it, man. Life has been crazy. Yeah, trying to get close to Christ. Before I go on the Bulgaria trip, I really want to make sure the business is more consistent in terms of me putting in the work, because I've got all the clients there, I've got all the prospects there, I'm building the social media, I need to post every single day, which is what I'm doing now on YouTube. We're really locked in now. The energy is high. I feel really locked in. I feel like a higher purpose and a bigger and more clear vision than I've ever felt in my life. And now it's just about taking it to the next level, taking everything to the next level. We've got new finance providers coming. In fact, I just got an email about that, which I need to check. Confirmation, blah, blah, blah. You are considered CBD. Every is your training certified. Sorry. But yeah, that's that. Sorry, boys. Let me lock in. Why am I looking at emails now? But anyway, I got that coming up. So that's going to massively help scale the business, because we're going to have more finance providers, which are going to help with payments and payment plans and getting more upfront and getting bigger chunks of payments. Because obviously when you do high ticket, you speak to a lot of prospects who don't have a lot of money or don't have as much money when they start off. But yeah, anyway, point is, business is going to be scaled. Going to a gym way more consistently. I was kind of inconsistent. I was doing my abs workouts pretty much every day, but I wasn't really like properly working out the arms and everything else. So I've been getting back into that for the last like 2-3 days now, and that's just going to be consistent. Overall, just consistency, man. Consistency in everything I do. So it's all congruent. So my whole life is congruent. And it's all, because they say how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you slack in the gym, you start slacking in the business. And I've definitely noticed that with my own life. But yeah, that's kind of what's happened since college, which is nuts that it's been 3 months or like almost 4 months, but not even 4 months yet. which is absolutely nuts. July, August, September. Insane. I literally don't. That's why I always need to check, because it feels unbelievable. It's only been 3 months or 3.5 months since college, because so much has happened. So much has happened. I feel like I literally am a completely different person since college. It is insane. But anyway, all praise to God. Last couple of things I wanted to mention, boys, is, oh yeah, so ego. So that was self-belief, right? That was about self-belief. If you truly believe you're going to make it, you're going to be happy every single day. In college, everyone thought I was crazy, blah, blah, blah. The point is, I went to college every single day and everyone thought I was crazy because they were like, well, I'm not enjoying, or I'm not excited, I'm going to uni or whatever. Why is this guy always excited? Why is he coming with such high energy? The reason is because when you have true self-belief and you know you're going to make it, you're going to be excited. If you know that in 1 year you're going to be able to retire with parents, or in 1 year you're going to be able to buy a Lambo, or in 1 year you're going to be able to travel the world, and you're never going to have to work a 9 to 5 ever again, why would you not be excited? Now, I'm not saying if you think you might do it. If you have true self-belief and you know for a fact you're going to do it, why would you not be excited? The times when you get sad and the times when you don't feel high energy is when you're not living in truth, when you're not living in what you believe in, right? You're saying, oh, I want to become rich, but then you're not doing the work. That's when you don't get happy. When you have that self-belief because you're constantly doing what you know you should be doing, you're happy every day because you're excited, because you know you're living a dream life and you know you're going to have more of a dream life, right, buddy? Next thing, ego. So that was about self-belief, ego. If they can do it, why can't I? They're no better than me. If they can travel, not have to work or ever have a job, buy supercars at 20 years old, fly first class or private jets, retire their parents and live a dream life, why can't I? That's always been my mindset, right? And like now I literally do half those things, but the point is that you guys can do it as well. But you should have that ego where you think, if I can do it, why can't they? Plus, I'll tell you one other thing, mental toughness. If you're tough on yourself outside of business, business becomes easy. If you're tough on yourself, as in you're working hard every single day, you're high energy, you're not wasting time, you're going out, you're going for runs every single day, you're waking up, you're consistent in the gym, you're eating well, blah, 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 then doing business and sending a couple messages and posting a bit of content and getting on calls and getting rejected isn't going to be hard. That's only hard when the rest of your life is too easy, when the rest of your life is too comfortable. When you're hard on yourself outside of business, the business becomes easier. And I'll tell you where I got this from, right? Because we've got a cheeky little bookshelf here. So there's 2 books I recommend all of you read, amongst obviously the Bible and a lot of other books as well. Outsmarting Reality, absolute banger by Nero Knowledge. And then this is actually a new book. It only came out like a month and a half ago, or 2 months ago. The Sales Game by Daniel G. It's an absolute G, right? Daniel G, the G. Sorry. No glaze. But anyway, that's that. And it speaks about the sort of mindset and stuff like that. Also, guys, one of the things I'd highly recommend, if you don't have self-belief, or if you're like struggling in business and stuff, educate yourself more. Listen to more podcasts, read more books, because that motivates you. It makes you realize these people are no better than you. You know, like if you're tough on yourself, like, so for example, me going and doing the national running, right, for England, or winning the medals for England, and then coming second out of 1,400 people on a competitive obstacle course race, that makes it easy for me to think, well, why am I not going to do it in business? Why can't I become a millionaire? Why can't I buy a Lamborghini next year? Why can't I do all these things? Do you know what I mean? Like, of course I can, because I've done these things. I've proven it to myself in other areas of life. If I'm consistent into the gym and I've been working out for the last 3 years, which I have, or over 3 years now, probably 4 or 5 years. Yeah, since like 13, 14, 15 was when I started taking it seriously. So yeah, 3-4 years. Why would I not be able to be consistent in business? You know, I'd say physically it's a lot harder than it is mentally. Right? Physically is a lot harder than business. It's someone who people always talk about hard work. I'll tell you what hard work is, because I've seen it in Slovakia. When I go to Slovakia and I see some old guy who's like in his mid-50s, or not old, but some guy in his mid-50s, and he's pushing a huge trolley of like sacks of potatoes, and it's like 35 degrees, and he's got his shirt and he's clearly visibly sweating, and he's visibly like working extremely hard, and he's doing that for 10 hours a day just so he can provide for his family 7 days a week, or 11 hours a day, 12 hours a day. That is hard work. Getting on calls, being in a first world country, having the pleasure of being able to build a business and post on social media, getting on calls and traveling the world and working from anywhere. That is not, I mean, it's hard, but it's not physically hard. So the point is, you should never sit there and complain. Think about those sort of people. Think about people in third world countries who don't have the opportunities that you have. You know, so be hard on yourself outside of business, and then business becomes easy. Okay? Next, right, high energy communication. Obviously, again, this is just a video about my notes and kind of an update on what's been happening in life. High energy is the most attractive thing. Energy is infectious. If you can be high energy and paint pictures inside people's heads, you're going to crush it. You're going to make way more money, have way more genuine relationships with people, change more lives, and just live an absolutely amazing life. Literally living a movie. If you're full with Christ, right, so that's 1 point. Second point, if you're full with Christ, You should be on fire and excited to wake up every day and enjoy every second of the day. Be high energy and mentally reset if anything comes up. When you're one with Jesus and you feel like you're close with Jesus and you feel like you're becoming closer to Jesus and your whole life is centered and your whole business is centered around Jesus, you wake up every single day with a fire that no one else can have. Even if people have discipline, even if people have motivation, they don't have that same fire. Why? Because you're living for a selfless purpose. And that's the next thing I want to quickly talk about, which I didn't even write down, but it's very, very important. If you live, let me actually drink. By the way, I'm cooking now, boys. I was out of a rhythm. You know when you start a video or when you start speaking to someone and then you take like a 5-minute break, you kind of have a little bit of lag to kind of get back into that mode. When you live selflessly and you live for other people, there's no reason why you're going to wake up and you're going to be demotivated. You know, if I wake up and I'm only doing this business so that I can travel world, so that I can buy nice cars, so that I can have a cool life, then yeah, I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to feel motivated certain days. But if I'm doing it for my mum, so that I can continue to take care of her and she never has to work ever again, and I'm doing it for my fiance so that she never has to work, and so that our children, we can have as many children, 8, 10 children, however many children we want, and we can travel and we can have houses in different countries and we can always give our children the best life. If I'm doing it and I'm doing it for less fortunate people so I can help and give money to charities, and one of my dreams since a young age has always been to go to Africa and to third world countries and like see these people and help them and live with them for weeks and weeks and weeks and see and feel grateful and realize how blessed we are, right? And try and help them in as many ways as possible. If I'm living for that and that's why I'm building a business and that's why I'm waking up every single morning early and that's why I'm sacrificing parts of my life so that I can build this business and that's why I'm locked in, and that's why I go to sleep tired and I wake up, or go to sleep exhausted because I just do a bunch in a day. If that's what I'm doing, then I'm never going to run out. I can't burn out. What do you mean I can burn out? No, I can't burn out. It's impossible. You can only burn out when your vision isn't big. You can only burn out when you're living for yourself rather than selflessly. When you're living for other people, you don't have a choice. What do you mean I'm going to burn out? Oh, I'm going to burn out and I'm just going to take 6 months off. Oh, I'm just going to be lazy, which is one of the 7 deadly sins. It's a reason why it's one of the 7 deadly sins. It's a serious sin to be lazy. It's one of the biggest things because God's blessed you with his life with a finite amount of years and you're young and you've got unlimited energy and you're sitting out here or you're sitting in your bed or you're sitting in your room and you're watching porn, you're playing video games, you're scrolling social media. Like, what do you mean? That's horrible. You're wasting your potential. You're wasting your human potential, right? So anyway, back to the point. High energies. Oh yeah, I've already mentioned this. But yeah, you should be on fire and excited every single day and wake up. And whenever you need, mentally reset. If something comes up across the day or someone's rude to you or something happens or something isn't going as well as you wanted it to go, mentally reset. Be like, okay, cool, that's fine. You know, that's completely fine. We're going to continue moving forward. Right? And when you live like that, you're going to become successful. You know, when you live like that, you realize that, okay, cool. Whatever happens, I can just mentally reset. You've got control. Whereas when you let these things ruin your day, like, oh, you get rejected on a sales call, or someone's being annoying, or a client is being annoying about something. Well, it shouldn't happen. You shouldn't work with those sort of clients anyway. But you know what I'm saying? You have certain things that come across your day and you don't like them. That's fine, bro. That's fine. Mentally reset. Come back, sit down, think, okay, what has just happened? And mentally reset and start again. That's the best thing about building an online business is you get to mentally reset whenever you want. You know, whereas if you're putting in a shift at McDonald's or something, and someone annoys you, you kind of have to be there for the next 8 hours. Whereas with business, someone annoys you on a sales call, you just go out for a run, you come back and you're full of energy again. You know, you're mentally reset. By the way, this is the amount of compliments I've got over this t-shirt is actually nuts. It is a beautiful t-shirt. Of course it is. It's got Jesus on it. Okay, so that's that, right? High energy communication. This is more of a rant than anything else. I think that was it, boys. I think that was it. Yeah, I believe that was all my notes. Well, not all my notes, but that was all my notes for today. If you guys like this sort of video, comment or message me or whatever on Instagram, and I'll make more of these sort of videos. If you guys like more of the like raw, not authentic, because this was authentic, but the raw, like completely unscripted, unplanned, just updates and what's going on, what's going through my mind, and some piece of advice and stuff, you can message me about that as well. I'll have a mix of both of them. And yeah, God bless you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry about the messy thing, like it kind of cut out. What was it, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and I don't know, no, 12 minutes, something like that. I'm going to have to remake or continue with it now. But obviously it'll be put together with CapCut or whatever. But yeah, God bless you guys. I hope you're doing amazing. And yeah, so much has happened in the last 3 months. I really cannot wait for next year. Like this next year is going to be nuts. Go into as many Christian retreats as I can. Get as close to Christ as I can. and just build the business, man. Scale everything up 100x, because I know I got so much more potential. I know I got so much more potential. And there's nothing more annoying than knowing the amount of potential you got and knowing you're not using even 1% of it, not even 1% of it. Yeah, so huge things are happening. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. God bless you. If you want to work with me one-to-one, link in the description for my Instagram. Follow me there even if you don't want to work with me, just because you're going to get way more value, way more content, and just way more help there. Anything you need, shoot me a text, boys. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Peace out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.